Hey everyone, my name is Abhishek and today we are going to create this. This energy glitch text reveal animation is created in After Effects without using any third-party plugin. So let's begin. Alright, so right now I'm in After Effects and we will begin by creating a new composition. Let's call this main. Width and height will be 1920 by 1080, frame rate 30 fps and duration whatever you want. Just click on OK. Now let's create our text. So select the text tool, just click, and it's completely up to you. You can type whatever you want. I'm going to type energy and let me just quickly change the resolution to full. Now let's select this and let's align it in the center. Now make sure that its anchor point is in the center, so you can hold down the control key and then just simply double click on this pan anchor tool. Then let's select this, press S, and now let's increase its size. Now it's completely up to you. You can pick whatever font you want, and I'm using this Gotham Ultra. But once we start creating the shape layer, you won't be able to change the font, so just make sure to do it now. Once you're happy with your text, you can just simply select this and right click, go to create, and let's create shape from text. Now you can see that we have this shape layer. Now we have to duplicate this layer 6 times because we have 6 characters in this. So let's select this and press Ctrl D to duplicate it. So there you go. Now we have 6 layers, and let me just quickly select and let's open up each of these so that we are able to see the content. Something like this. Now let's go inside each comp and let's delete all the other characters except for the one. So first I'm going to delete all the others except the E. And in this one I'm going to delete all the other characters except for N. And in this one we are going to delete all of these except E, so that we have individual characters on each layer. Now at last we can delete all of these layers characters, and now you can see we have the text with individual characters on them. Now make sure the anchor point is in the center, so you can select all of these layers, hold on the control key, and then again double click on the pan anchor tool. Now we can select these layers and press P for position, and let's move to somewhere around 2 seconds and let's add a keyframe. Now we can go back and let's pick a point like 1 second. Now we can probably zoom in, and over here what I'm going to do is just simply select one of the layers and then just simply randomly move it here and there. Now this is completely up to you. Now let's go back to the very beginning, and after that I'm going to just simply move them out of the frames. Something like this. Now it's completely up to you. So if I play back here, you can see we have this sort of animation. Now we can select all the keyframes, press F9, then go to the graph editor. And if your graph looks different, then make sure you're in the edit speed graph, not the value graph. Now you can select the endpoints and just make the graph look something like this. Just like that. So now if I play back, here you can see we have this sort of text reveal. Now we can go back and let me just quickly select all of these layers, right click, and let's pre-compose this and let's call this text. Just click on OK. So we have our animation. Now let's duplicate this layer again by pressing Ctrl D, and let's search for echo and just drag it onto the layer below it. Now first I'm going to just set this to 0.0033, something like this, and after that let's change the number of echoes to something like 40. So here you can see that we have these sort of trails behind our text, and we can play around with the decay. So you can just lower it down to something like 0.8. Now we can apply gradient color to this, so just search for 4 color gradient and let's drag it onto this. Now it's completely up to you. You can pick whatever colors you want. For this sake I'm going to pick colors like these. So let's pick pink and let's make this blue, something like this. So now if I play back, here you can see we have this sort of animation. So if you want to go with this look, then it's completely up to you. You can do that. Now let's apply glow to this. So glow, drag it onto this, and let's pick a nice point. So first I'm going to just increase the glow radius a little bit, and let's decrease the glow intensity to something like 0.5. After that select the glow, press Ctrl D to duplicate it, and then just simply increase this radius. So yeah, I think this is looking nice. So if I play back, here you can see we have this sort of animation. So now let's make this glitchy. For that, I'm going to create a new solid and let's click on OK. After that, search for fractal noise and let's drag it onto this. And the first thing that I'm going to do is change the contrast. After that, go under the fractal and let's change this to dynamic and the noise type to block. And just set the contrast to something like 350. Brightness, let's set this to 0. Complexity, we can increase it all the way to 20. After that, hold down the Alt key and let's click on the stopwatch of evolution. Then type this expression, time times 400. So you can see that we have this continuous movement. Also, we can select this and let's go under the transform. And I'm going to just scale this up a little bit, something like this. Now we can select this and let's move it below all the layers. Let's create a new adjustment layer and let's place it on top of all of these layers. And after that, let's search for time displacement and let's drag it onto this. Now this will make your comp a little bit slower. So for that, I'm going to just set this to quarter so that we are able to see what we are doing. Now let's change the time displacement layer to black solid and let's change the source to effects and mask. Now we can probably get rid of the black solid, so we can disable it for now. So here you can see we have glitch sort of look, but first we have to change a couple of these settings. So first I'm going to change the displacement to something like 0.2. So now if I play back, here you can see we have this energy sort of look. And the best thing about this technique is that you can get a lot of different results by simply playing around with the fractal types. So if I set this to max, you can see we have different kind of glitch. And if I set this to something like terrain, then you can see we have a different glitch. So you can play around with all of these properties and you can get different kind of results, something like this. But for this example, I'm going to set this to dynamic. And there you go. Now you can see we have created a glitch animation. And if you want to change it, then you have to go inside it and you can type whatever characters you want. And after that, you can go back to the main comp and you can see that all the changes will be applied. So this is how you can create some energy glitch text reveal animation in After Effects, and the project files for this tutorial is available on Patreon. So if you are supporting me over there, then you can download it from there, and if you are not, then you might consider it because you will get access to the tutorial project files and exclusive templates that are available only on Patreon. So if you have any queries or questions, then you can ask in the comments below. And with that being said, my name is Abhishek and I'll see you in the next one.